Hello, Vision Chasers. Dr. Bird here with your quote of the week, and it goes like this. It's from Aristotle. He says that the roots of education are bitter, but the fruit is sweet. Once again, the roots of education are bitter, but the fruit is sweet. Oftentimes when I was growing up, I wish that we were born with all of the knowledge that we needed, because I didn't always like going to school. I didn't always like waking up, going to the bus stop and waiting. Sometimes, as the seasons went on, it was cold, it was raining. And then, once you get to school, there's all these assignments and different things that you had to do. I didn't want to go through all of that. I wish that I had everything that I needed to know. I didn't want to go through that whole process of getting educated. But, now that I'm older, I became a teacher myself. I think differently about education. Education is important. Education is very important, because with each and every day as you are educated, you grow, you get better. And there is something internal that takes place when you go through school and you're making great decisions, you're learning. When you fail, you gain that feedback and you apply that feedback, and you're getting better. You're being coached by your teachers. There's just something internal that happens that makes you better, and it equips you with everything that you need to be successful when you get into what we call the real world. And even for those of you who are not in school, education still continues. As a vision chaser, we are lifelong learners. There's still opportunities to be educated each and every day. As a matter of fact, the verb educate, the origin of that word, it means to bring out, to lead forth. That's what it means to educate a person, to bring out, to lead forth. And you don't necessarily have to still be in school in order for that to happen. You can be educating yourself by seeking out books to read, books on leadership, books pertaining to other skills that you need in order to better prepare yourself for a promotion or for another job that you'd like to jump into. So there's always opportunities to seek education. And as the quote says, the roots of education are bitter. That means you're going to have to put in some work. You're going to have to put in some work. You're going to have to put in some time and energy. It's work. Being educated, it costs you something. There's a sacrifice. I know for me, I am working on myself in terms of the entertainment. I've got to cut out the entertainment. I've been giving myself too much time watching TV on my phone, doing different things. Well, I'm during this summer, I'm reading a book. I'm actually reading a book, and it's really changing my life. And I'm reading that book, and while I'm reading that book, I could be watching TV, but I said, no, I'm going to make that sacrifice because I want to further my education. And so I say no to TV. So I'm making that sacrifice so that I can educate myself. And you all know, it's easy to just let yourself slip away. You think about, we call it binge watching, to slip away into a TV show and just like you say, oh, I'm just going to watch one episode. I said TV show. I should have said, whatever, a series on, that you're streaming. But you know how it is. I just want to watch one Netflix show. I'm just going to watch one Netflix show. Then the way they end that show, it's got you thinking, I've got to know what happened here. You just can't leave me like that. I can't stop. I got to watch the other one. Then you watch the other one. Then once you realize what's happened, you've spent, 6 hours of your life really being entertained. It was a great show, great story. But what could you have been doing during that time? Could you have been pursuing your education and furthering your education? Could you have been making yourself better so that you can bring yourself out and lead yourself forth, so that you're ahead of the pack, so that you have more so that you're even more qualified than that other candidate for that's going for the same job that you are? Yes. Yes, you can. The roots of education are bitter. There's going to be some work. You're not always going to like it, but the fruit, ooh, the payoff is so sweet. You're going to enjoy that. I am enjoying now the fruit of the sacrifice that I made to say, you know what? I'm not going to watch TV. I'm not going to be on my phone. I'm going to read this book because this book is changing my life. And I'm sharing with you everything that I learned in this book. The book is actually right here. It's called Overcome Crush Adversity with the Leadership Techniques of America's Toughest Warriors by Jason Redman. Those of you who've been with me for a while, you know that I'm filming a special series on this book, but it's changing my life and it is educating me long after I left the classroom as a student. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is your quote of the week. I pray that you have a wonderful week. I pray that this is the best week of your life. I pray that every day you win. Each day you're making more good decisions than bad decisions. And until we meet again, please keep chasing the vision.